Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack is live in Oxford tonight. And Jessica, even a year later, the memories are still fresh for these families.
Yeah, Rupin, Taryn, and such a beautiful holiday backdrop to a very somber day here in Oxford. This community now part of a club that really no one wants to be a part of. They're now tied to communities across the country who have dealt with a tragedy just like this one. And as we stand on the 1-year mark of that tragedy here in Oxford, we sat down with several of the families who lost their children, including the mother of Justin Shilling, who says she spent today visiting her son at the cemetery and around family and friends.
He lifted everybody up. He was the first to make you laugh.
It never really gets easier, just different, says Jill Suave. Her son Justin, one of 4 students shot and killed that day last November. Part of the mourning process is anger, frustration at the failures that led to the tragedy at Oxford High School 1 year ago. What do you feel after seeing just all the mechanisms fail?
It hurts every time. I can't become completely jaded to it because it's my kid who was killed. But I'm definitely cynical about a lot of things. You know, I don't have a very positive, rosy perspective on anything to do with this school.
Just this week, Jill and the Myre family learned that an in-depth policy book to prepare for events like a mass shooting was never adhered to by officials at Oxford High School. That's according to 2 former school board members.
I'm not surprised. It's more of the same. They dropped the ball, they dropped the ball, they dropped the ball, they covered it up.
There wasn't a team together to be able to make a decision on that kid when he went into the counseling office that day.
They find themselves going back to the morning of the shooting when the shooter, seemingly begging for help, was caught by a teacher with a violent drawing, but was sent back to class by school personnel, the murder weapon in his backpack.
Common sense would have said that day, I'm going to look in the backpack. Could somebody have done that? How much more common sense level can you get? No, they handed it back to him. They gave the devil the keys to the kingdom.
Jill has a 15-year-old still at Oxford High School. She says they just don't go much for a lot of reasons, but faith in their safety at the school is a big reason why, a shared sentiment.
Tate was our youngest. If I had a younger one, I'm not quite sure we're staying there. From what we've learned.
Moving forward, these families want accountability for those who failed these kids and using their platform to promote children's mental health before it escalates to tragedy.
Mental health has to be taken more seriously.
I think there's a lot of kids that are suffering, and we've, kind of dropped the ball as a society with our kids. They are craving our attention.
We so appreciate their candor and openness during that interview. You hear the phrase "one day at a time," and that's exactly how these families live, waking up each morning not knowing exactly where they fall in the spectrum of emotions in this grieving process. Our thoughts, of course, with them tonight. Reporting live in Oxford, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Jessica, it is so poignant and so beautiful that they sat down to talk and reflect about their loved ones who are gone now. Did you have a chance to ask them how they get through every day? I know hope is one of them, that perhaps things can get better for other students going to school. But what else drives them? What else keeps them going each and every day?
Well, I think there's a couple of things, Roop. I know we talked to Jill Shilling, or Jill Suave before, Justin Shilling's mom, and she said that there's an empty seat at their dinner table every night. One's filled by Justin, and she says when she looks around that table at her kids, at her family, she still has so much to live for. And I think really that's a big thing, that these are big families. They have folks and friends around them, and that's really what keeps them going day by day.
We can all learn from their strength and certainly continue to pray for them and their peace. Thanks so much, Jessica Dupnack, for that live report.